Alright, today we are talking about a bit of a weird one. This game is called Two-Tenkaku. It is published by Sony Music Entertainment Japan. That in itself is a little odd. It's developed by a group called Club DEP, or here they're called Energy, and I have no idea. I've tried to look up kind of what else they might be responsible for or what their origin story was. Could find zero about it. But that's what makes the PlayStation so great, is that a game like this can exist and can have gotten put out, and you're just like, who made it? Why did they make it? I have no idea. It is very Japanese. Everything is kind of based, as far as I have read, on the city of Osaka and kind of prominent sites around it, including the kind of title tower. It's not the worst game in the world. It's okay. I found it decent enough to do a clear of it on the hardest difficulty with this ship called the Crabber or Craber. One of the charming things about this game are these horrible little FMV sequences that are kind of so bad they're good. I like this one in particular of this ship gleaming like this and just sitting there extremely still in the sky and like getting its guns ready. Something about these really obscure PlayStation titles, even more so than like the 16 or 8-bit generations. Like the weird games on the PlayStation are super charming in their own unique way, and this is kind of no exception. I do think like the sprites and stuff in the backgrounds are kind of legitimately all right and to good. This background looks cool to me, and I like the ship spray, and there's nice contrast and visibility and stuff, so I think you could do a lot worse than this. And overall I found like the patterns and the moment-to-moment play and stuff to be fine. Like there's some bad, weird, wonky shit, of course, but it seemed to be designed by a team that kind of knew what they were doing. This is all like really hairy stage 1, mostly because of the difficulty ramp that Mania has with increased enemy health. Most of this stuff is popcorn and should die, in a single hit, and it's taken a long time to kill him, and they're releasing these like kind of dense, weird patterns all at once. But I kind of got to enjoy figuring it all out, and the game is mechanically very simple, and that kind of helped. It's just your rapid fire shot and then your bomb, and you see down there on the left, bottom left, the S and TNT. There's two types of bombs. The S is like a big, giant, wide area of effect, and the T is a very powerful laser. Both provide invincibility for something like 5 to 7 seconds. So yeah, and the game itself is kind of just a resource management test. The enemy health is completely out of whack in this mode, and maybe in the game overall. I didn't experiment too much in the other difficulty modes, but like in Mania, there's just certain enemies and bosses that have crazy amounts of increased health. And so I consider the final boss of the game the stage 3 mid boss, and you'll see why. It just eats so much of your resources. It takes so many bombs to dispatch him that if you die before or to him, you kind of don't have enough, and you tank too many lives to get safely to the end of the game. If you do no miss through him, then you kind of are in a spot where, as long as you don't screw up super duper massively, you can clear just with, just spreading your resources out through the last few levels. This boss is pretty cool looking, I think. I was kind of milking those missiles for some score. I could do a bit better of a job. I've gotten like 200,000 before, but I wasn't trying to do a ton of score optimizing in this run. Wanted to kind of try to do it where I could, but some enemies you can time out, and I'm assuming that guy would time out as well. So it's like, I don't think there's a shitload of score to be had. But I never did time him out, so I guess I could be wrong about that. I just figure if one mid-boss times out, then surely they all would, and there's not infinite patterns. But who knows with a game as janky as this. kind of keeping me on my toes here. Lots of revenge bullets from certain ships. There's all kinds of weird, funky, like kind of aimed, but weird spread patterns that crisscross and that you kind of have to deal with. This boss is tough because of RNG. Like, his positioning can change pretty drastically. So there he went pretty far up, which makes that third shot that he does there that I just dodged again manageable. But now he's creeping down, and it's like your hitbox is not small in this game, so those bullets in particular are super annoying. You want to get rid of the arms that shoot these things as quickly as possible. And now I'm like going up even to the right to be fully safe. But see, he can creep over and get you up there too. So yeah, the positioning is the roughest part of this boss. You'll also see that I'm like launching homing missiles. The missile system is familiar to anyone who's played, lots of dad shmups. You only upgrade, there's two types. You only upgrade if you collect one of the same type that you have equipped. I like the regular missile shot more than the homing missile shot, but I think, I don't remember, but I made an economical decision to upgrade homing, just because there were two on screen at once or something. And I'm going to eventually get back to the straight ahead missile, because you really want that for the aforementioned, like, really brutal stage 3 mid boss. But for now, homing is fine. And this ship offers good screen control, and with homing, it's like, very good, I would say. Like, you're not really, you can kill stuff in a very, very wide berth. But like, look at the homing missiles. They're just kind of flying off the screen half the time. Like, what the fuck? Those ones are behaving. Then look at those. Those are just going. Here's some more revenge bullet fun. Something that I guess I'll talk about real fast is you'll notice that you're not hearing any kind of ship or kind of shooting sounds, sound effects, that sort of thing. I lost the original audio of this clear. I never got it. It just didn't record properly. So unfortunately, I just had to lay down the music for each of the stages under this so that it had something. But yeah, I don't have any of the sound effects. It's not the original audio of the run. And I was trying to spend another night going for a clear to get proper audio, just kind of redo the run. But the game, the game sucks, and it's annoying to kind of get through this first part no miss, and I wasn't having good luck, and I just said fuck it. So unfortunately, not hearing the original audio, it doesn't matter, just something to note. Killing these ships on the side is very easy, though it should be noted that the game does not, like, enemies do not seal. I think that's pretty true across the board from what I could tell. It's possible that some do, some don't. Who knows? Again, with a game like this that's kind of slapdash. But yeah, these ships take a long time to fire, so you can kind of hang out and go and kill the other one, and then don't have to worry about those. Now this guy is an example of a boss that has massively increased health. I don't know what the fuck. So these missiles that I'm shooting out of my center, they're shot limited. So what that means is you can kind of rapid fire them if you go up and point blank. Your real shot isn't shot limited at all, but your missiles are, and that still took so many of those missiles. Like, usually if I were to point blank another boss, they would die in like seconds, like a Psycho game basically. Like, point blanking would be almost insta kill with these full powered up missiles, and that guy just took it for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. Crazy. Just a lot of stuff that makes me question, like, yeah, was this play tested? It seems there are large sections of it that seem fine, but then you run into a boss like that and you're like, how did this get past anybody's scrutiny that would have put their hands on this thing? Oh, there's the giant Buddha spread bomb. I don't know if I have talked about that yet or mentioned it. We haven't seen the laser bomb yet. These things, if you can kill both of them, which is very easy, fully powered up, one of them contains a 1-up, and it's just a lot of point items. Generally speaking, if you're fully powered up here, you're gonna be able to manage all this shit decently well. However, it's not like it's a complete cakewalk, and if you die, recovery is brutal. Because of the aforementioned increase in everything's health, you no longer have your like missiles that do a lot of damage, and it sucks to recover. Look at that! Just totally broken boss here. There's just nothing. I don't even know if those things will kill you if they hit you, but I dodge them to be safe because it's so easy. But that giant Vulcan that shoots down from the top of the screen, just complete non-issue. And then all of the missile fire just dies immediately to your, to your fully powered up shot. Again, that boss might go differently if you're underpowered, but I never, I would have just always reset if I had died before that. It's that kind of a game. Like, I wasn't about to spend my time recovering in the early part of the game. Like, maybe in the late part it would be fine, but you can't lose your stash of bombs in the early part of the game. Full stock I have right now of 6 of them. Alright, this okay, so I guess it's the final boss of stage 3 that's such a bitch. Although the mid boss is awful too. However, the mid boss dies to a single bomb, which will make it all the crazier how many bombs it takes for the end boss to die. Okay, there's the laser. So I'll be invincible for a good bit here. And it's important to point out, you still shoot your missiles in your normal shot while you're bombing in both, for both bomb types. So it's like almost the best thing it provides is ample opportunity for you to point blank with your missiles anything that has a bunch of health. It's a big period of invincibility. Okay, this guy sucks. You'll see him shoot one thing at me and he'll do a ton of crit. And look at this, like giant hands coming in to slap you that have huge hitboxes and are very difficult to dodge. There, he's dead. Boom. So point blanking with launching a single bomb, point blanking with the missiles, he's done. Without bombs and without full powered missiles to do the point blanking, he takes forever to die. It's just not possible and not worth not no missing up until that point, in my opinion, in order to get the very easy quick kill. This stuff looks a lot scarier than it is because the kind of diagonal shots that come out of my ship take care of these kind of flanking enemies pretty easily. This is really hard. Figuring out this part was kind of fun. I figure, even though I'm still bombing just to be safe, I figured out you just want to hang out near these guys that launch these straight lasers down, and even there, still super dicey, but like dodgeable. That one wasn't. I mean, I don't think so anyway. Like, your hitbox is not small in this game. I have 6 lives going into this boss, so this is the guy. This is the ultimate baddie of the game, in my view. So I had a very kind of precise route for him. Stay up on the left, dodge all this, really try and get in some missile attacks on his arms when possible. He'll do 6 of these green, or 3 on each hand of these green shots. When he's done with that, move over to the other side, kind of mirror image, dodge that, and then he'll start doing these like kind of Taito accelerating ball shots. If you don't dodge them in this particular way, they almost always get you. Kill his other arm, and then you just bomb him to death. And look at how much missile fire he takes before he fucking dies. Like, Okay, he's not even dead. And and these like balls are they have huge hitboxes and they're so hard to dodge. I'm sure there's a way. Like I save state practice this a tiny bit just to figure out this route. There's probably just like a set way that you could do all that without using so many resources, but like, I mean, who wants to deal with it? Not me. Just getting the clear was good enough. I have no idea what's going on here. So the FMVs rule. All right, this is another kind of cool, funky background. This is a total cakewalk with full power, and each one of these kind of giant symbolic enemies will give you a nice reward if you can kill it, which again is trivial with my firepower right now. So I got a 1-up, just getting a lot of scoring items, getting a full upgrade item that gets your shot power back to full if you're underpowered. So that's actually a good point where if you did die to that boss, unfortunately you'd have lost a bunch of your bombs, so it's still not really super worth continuing, one could argue, but you could get that full item and maybe be okay for the latter part of the game if you were able to save a bomb and not die too much before that. Pretty basic boss here. There's a ton of pieces to take off of this guy. Like all of his arms can take individual damage and stuff like that. But I'm not about that life. All right, this is, let's see, this is the beginning of stage 5. So this is the last, or no, sorry, this is the second half of stage 4. Every stage kind of has a part 1 and a part 2 very distinctly. Almost so much so that it could be kind of considered like a 10-stage affair. Just kind of boring stuff at full power. But you need it. Like, I have played this section underpowered. You can't kill anything. It just doesn't die. Like, if you have no missiles and your shot's under, I mean, good luck. You'll spend it like just bombing and bombing and bombing, trying to stave off death for as long as possible, and then you reach the end and you don't have the sheer number of bombs to make it through. Okay, this guy again, one bomb him, missile point blank, and he's dead. Which again, just the fact that guy dies with that, and the stage 3 boss took what it took, that's crazy. All right, final level. Okay, so even with full power, this is a tough section because you got these like sets of 4 enemies that rain down. I'll show you when they happen. Not those ones; those are kind of tight together and easy to kill. But these ones that are spread far apart and they come all over, all across the width of the screen, so you can't even with a wide spread like I have, I can't kill them all. And, I do an okay job dodging it to a certain point, but it's a long section, and it just grinded me down, I guess, my nerve. Nothing crazy so far. Let's see. It'll get crazier. That's, yeah, doable. I think this is just the beginning. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I mean, look at how many of these they throw at you. And they all have so much health. So, gotta route that properly with, you know, lots of practice if you're going to get through it. If you're going to continue to no miss, as I was. But, you know, like I said, the game gives you so many resources that as long as you don't go on complete tilt, you use your bombs instead of lose them, you can basically be assured that you'll get to the end and have a good shot of clearing. So now I have no more bombs, so I'm just trying. Yeah, you just can't kill him with your minimal shot power. Some of it also is just like me playing a little sloppily. Like I could probably have spent not that much time and routed it a little bit better. Okay, this boss is annoying as hell. Tons of health. And really silly little bullets that he shoots at you in these kind of slow-moving clusters. Yeah, so you gotta misdirect his aimed fire and dodge through the very quick spreads. Not impossible certainly, but I didn't do a good job of it there, and now I have. Ugh, sucks. I lost a bomb there. Should have just spammed bomb. I don't know why I'm point blanking, just like out of habit, but it doesn't do anything if you don't have missile. Okay. Oh my God. See, it's a lot easier when you kill his guns that he uses for the aimed shots. But even so, the hitbox is not generous, and these the pattern's very tight. It will get you, as it did me. Okay, these you can kill these things, but they shoot revenge bullets. Why I shot that one, I have no idea. Just sloppy and dumb. But yeah, the move is to not kill these things and to bomb the green guys because, you know, I haven't mentioned it before, but they drop power-ups, and that one dropped a 1-up. I'm sure it's been obvious. So here's the final boss. He cackles at you. I'm sad that you can't hear it. He goes, and then does this shit. And only on this run did I kind of realize that tap dodging very slowly is the good way to dodge these giant shots that he shoots at you. So that's the way to do it. I took a stupid death on that first go around. But yeah, we figured it out. And now I don't have to waste bombs getting through this. Just... Okay, this is the second part of the boss, where he is spinning around. Oh, let's see, is he gonna... Oh yeah, okay. So he spins slowly, or spins and moves around the screen faster and faster, and shoots one very quick aimed bullet, and then releases two slow-moving, kind of stick around the screen and be obstacles type bullets. And you just kind of have to dodge for as long as you're comfortable dodging, because you need to do some damage. You can't just use your bombs right away or you won't kill him at the number of lives that I have now. So as long as he's not moving very quickly, it's not that hard. But when he speeds up, you bomb him and you keep on him so that you're doing as much damage as you possibly can. And now that I've used both bombs for this life, I'm just going to try and hold off as long as possible while getting shots in. It's kind of fun, like in a way. It's not the worst design, but it's annoying, you know. All right, just unleashed the bombs back to back. I think I might have killed him with one life remaining, or did I? Oh no, I probably didn't. Oof. So hard to do any damage to him when he's spinning around this fast. Or when he's bouncing around the screen this fast. Alright. Oh, there we go. Whew. Pretty close to not clearing that. Two-Tenkaku. I've never heard anyone say anything about this game. I'm sure like maybe 10 people outside of Japan have fucked around with it. I guess now I'm one of those people for better or for worse. I didn't hate it as a kind of unique little diversion that isn't like ridiculously challenging, especially on normal mode. I mean, if you want to just give it a go on normal and you've played any shooting games at all, you probably stand a good chance to clear it really fast. It's it's not bad. Nice, simple, classic little game with some neat sprites and theming and stuff. You could do a lot worse. So good job, Club DEP, whoever you are. Four people at Sony Music Entertainment Japan who had some free time, maybe. I have no idea, but yeah, interesting little game. Thanks for watching.